What is up everyone, and we are back with another guide about Phantasy Star Online 2. Today we are augmenting the best unit in the game with the best augments in the game, and that is an 8-slot Klauz unit with Guardian Soul, Absolute Glare, CRAG 5, Veterans Resolve 5, Grand Precision, Mana Reverie, Ether Factor, and S8 Skydance support. Before you make these unit sets, you need to know that you do not need this kind of unit set to do endgame content, and I did just fine with a 4-slot Trailblazer unit set. There are others out there who disagree with making it because it's only going to be a 4-star when it gets transferred to New Genesis, and within an update or two it will be replaced. However, I disagree with that statement. I believe it will last longer than that because the augments will add up to give substantial benefits. For each unit you make, you will get a total of 6.75 bonus damage, 3.75 bonus power lower limit correction, I believe that is minimum damage, 4.75 damage resist, 150 HP, and 17 PP. If you have 3 of those, you will have 20% bonus damage, 11% bonus power lower limit correction, 40% bonus damage resist, 450 HP, and 51 PP. And this is a 4-star unit set. I don't think if a 5-star unit set gets released in New Genesis that you will replace this 4-star with a 5-star, because these bonuses are extremely good. So you can still use this 4-star even after a 5-star gets released. This unit set is worth it to me, and I still recommend making it. On top of that, since you already have max gear when you come into New Genesis, you can do endgame content without worrying about anything else. You already have the best gear in the game when you start, and this allows you to focus on other things throughout the game and get ahead of everybody else. For example, if there's an endgame boss, you can go ahead and defeat that boss, get those drops, sell them on the market to get the most Meseta that you can. And this is what I'm gonna do to get ahead of everybody else, because in the beginning of New Genesis it will be absolutely vital to get ahead and take advantage of the market and multiply your Meseta gains, if that is what you want to do. So if I convince you to make a unit set, or you just want to know how to make the best unit set in the game, then keep on watching. The first step I recommend is getting your CRAG unit, or a CRAG 5, Veterans Resolve 5, Absolute Glare, and Guardian Soul, because that is the hardest thing to do. There are many different ways to get this, but this is what I did. When I got all of these, I combined it and got my CRAG Fodder piece. I recommend waiting for the 20% Augmented boost week starting on March 30th, not only for this CRAG piece, but for upslotting your Klauz unit to 8 slots. This is the next vital piece, an 8-slot Klauz unit. Fortunately, I got extremely lucky when I did the face of the Abyss triggers with my alliance. In my first run, I got the Klauz arms, then next I got the Klauz legs, and my third run, I got the Klauz back, all one after the other. I have no idea how lucky that is, but I was dying laughing when I got all 3, one after the other. So for me, since I had 3 of them, I picked my legs first because I already have S8 Skydance support and it's the best S8 augment in the game. Outside of a boost week to get from 7 slots to 8 slot on a unit piece with 1 S-grade augment, that is around a 0.02% chance of success. With a 40% augment booster, that is 8.23%, with a 45% augment booster, that is 13.34%. Thus, it is highly recommended for you to wait for boost week to do it. I only did it to make this video. When you have your 4-slot CRAG unit piece, then head on over to Monica or Dudu and select Augment Transfer, and you augment transfer it to another 5-slot unit piece. First select your 5-slot unit piece as the base, then select your 4-slot CRAG unit. But to upslot from 4 slots to 5 slots, you need augment capsules such as Grand Attack, Mana Reverie, and Ether Factor. Some people are waiting for Mark capsules, but I went with Grand Attack, Mana Reverie, and Ether Factor because these are far better than the Mark series in terms of the New Genesis when it gets released. Our augments in our current PSO2 transfer to New Genesis when it gets released, and I took that into consideration, and here are the transfer stats. As you can see, Grand Attack, Mana Reverie, Ether Factor are all better than the Mark series in terms of New Genesis. On top of that, to get the Mark capsule, you need to wait for Star Gem scratch tickets, which hasn't been released yet. Then, if you even get a Mark capsule, it might not even be the Mark you are looking for. So I opted out of the Mark series, but that decision is up to you. So choose what augments you want and then use one of those capsules here. This will enable you to go from 4 slots to 5 slots by adding a Grand capsule, for example. Then your augment will be a 5-slot unit with CRAG plus Grand Attack. Then you do that again for 6 slots. You augment transfer from Monica or Doodoo and then pick your 6 slot unit as the base and select your 5 slot CRAG unit with Grand Attack. Then you use another capsule to get from 5 slots to 6 slots, and in my case I picked Mana Reverie. Now you will have a 6 slot unit with CRAG, Grand Attack, and Mana Reverie. Lastly, your 8 slot Klauz unit comes into play. You augment transfer again, selecting your 8 slot Klauz unit first with an S-grade augment, then you select your 6 slot CRAG plus Grand plus Mana Reverie, and then use an Ether capsule. And poof! Since you have an S-grade augment, it will skip 7 slots and go straight to 8 slots. And now you have an 8 slot Klauz unit with Skydance support, CRAG, Grand, Mana, and Ether factor. And that is how to make your 8 slot godly augmented Klauz unit. The first step is always the hardest, making that Crack 5, Better Resolve 5, Absolute Glare, and Guardian Soul unit. The recipe will differ from everybody else's depending on what you have and what you need, so I cannot list all the recipes out there, but if you look in the description down below, there is an Augment Simulator that shows you what you need to do to get that CRAG unit. And that's it for this video. I have been using my new microphone, a SM7B, and I have been messing with the frequencies and gains to get good audio. So if it sounds weird, please let me know so I can try to fix it. Anyway, if you liked this video and it helped you out, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank you all for tuning in and listening, and until next time.